I like Zion Johnson too. I definitely want to take him or Kenyon Green. I don't want Tyler
over Kenyon Green.
Ooh, I can roll with that because Zion can play center.
There you go. You think we're gonna keep?
He played that.
Biotis any time longer if he don't get that upper body strength.
Why we hating on Biotis? Let him get strong. If that's his only problem,
that's his only issue right now.
Why are we mad? Why are we mad?
We only mad because
he needs some milk.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God, man.
I'm not for drafting no center, but big dog.
But I'm all for drafting guard, though, right? Guard.
All for
With
drafting
the guard.
We
You got Zion Johnson, Kenyon Green.
I like Connor McGovern,
I
but
made
he
the
got
tweet
blocked
with
too.
all three of them. If you had all three of them available, who you taking?
Say that again.
If you had all three of those players we just talking about, who would you take? Linderbaum, Green, or Johnson?
I think Johnson is strongest out of all of them.
I want Johnson as well.
I want a strong guy. I'm tired of all of the. Look, I get it, right? Kenyon Green got unbelievable potential.
He's nice,
I think he's stronger than Zion.
Kenyon Green, he's nice though. I'm telling you, Law, when I was at that Senior Bowl and them Jets put him at center, he was just relishing it. Like he wanted it. Like, I just liked his attitude. He looks like he wants to be great. And that's what I liked about him.
Hey,
but Kenyon Green, he ain't no joke either.
Y'all give me 1 second, man. I'm over here super happy, bro.
Why?
Because we can feed in Twitter now.
All right.
Oh, really?
Twitter.
Oh, that's the Twitter is the devil.
Here we go. Let me try it. Here we go. Hold on.
He said the Twitter is the devil.
It is, and you know it is.
Hey, I'm rocking with the devil, man. The devil cool with me. So,
oh Lord, you better go repent tonight.
Yeah, I'm talking about Twitter devil, not the real devil.
Not the real one, okay.
Well,
Hail Mary.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, man, I'm rocking with that devil, man. Come on, let's get it, Satan. There it is. That's the Twitter devil right there. Oh, there it is.
Is it up?
Yes, it's up, dog. So we getting Twitter in here now. It's over. It's over.
Yeah, the end of the world.
The end of the world.
Oh man! All right. We was talking football though. We were talking football, bro. Y'all were talking about that draft. Everybody say, "Bruh."
Bruh.
Fatality.
All right, man. We got the people, man. They coming in the building, man. We see a bunch of people in the building.
They requesting this evil laugh.
Oh, I love that laugh.
I love that. Hey, man, I swear, man. Law, I'm stealing your butts. I'm telling you right now, I'm jacking you for your butts, bro.
Yeah,
I'm stealing it.
All free.
And I'm not gonna even give you no credit, dog.
Let's go.
What's the truth? You can't handle the truth.
Ooh, but law buttons.
Taking it.
I'm stealing it.
Yeah, Law got fire buttons.
Man.
Here's the best intro. Bar none.
Yes, indeed.
Oh yeah. Everybody's in second place in this intro right here. Come on.
Look at the video with it though.
Slater, who got Jay?
We got Jay Slater. Run it up, baby.
Is that Cheeto playing with the?
You know what I'm saying? With Big Game James on these boards.
Hey, look at Big Game James.
OC going hard on somebody right now. Look at him.
He going hard on somebody. He always going hard. Look at him.
Y'all know I pull out the camera everywhere.
Hey.
Big Game James, he's sexy.
Wait a minute, now hold on.
If Boss knew what Law does, bro, I'm telling you, Law is the #1 hustler in the game.
Look at that beard.
Charge it to it.
Look at going home.
They liked us that night. We tipped good.
Oh, we feel good. I see you, big dog.
Uh-oh, come on. Low with Darren Woodson.
I experiment.
Come on. Yeah, you see the whole crew.
Search for the one, but baby girl, it's nothing real as this. Can't trust a soul like you and call it too legit.
Too legit.
I've been really in the field.
TA Cowboys, I see you. Shout out to y'all, Choctaw, Montana. 808, boy. We got a lot of Ohio State guys that we can go pull to this year.
Ooh, I like them Ohio State guys, bro. See, I see Law been in his Bible. He been in his draft Bible.
About the 808 though.
Ooh.
You know, he go hard with them Buckeyes.
First of all,
he do.
First of all, I want to give a special acknowledgement to my boy. This is from the heart. Y'all check out my boy Big Game James. Yeah. Ooh, y'all see my boy with them new headphones? Ooh.
That boy got the
Shout out to my dog KMT.
KMT.
You know, he came at me. He's like, you know what, Big Game? You need some new headphones. I got some new ones. I'm gonna send them to you. Boom. That's my peoples. You feel me? He done looked out for me. I gave him a fresh little top Diggs jersey. But
them ice, man, I ain't gonna even lie. Them ice, they wireless too. I see you. Look at them. They wireless, dog.
I'm trying to step up. Wait till I get the new mic. Y'all really gonna like me.
See, y'all better understand. Boys be putting some investments into this, man. I just want y'all.
I'm just trying to step up like y'all.
Yeah,
got it.
Daywalker say and the haircut. I'm telling you, everybody's.
Yeah.
You know, we better not keep bragging on the haircut because we low key trying to say you be dusted and you really don't. We just caught you fresh, man. You just so fresh today. Usually that'd be Law. Law be crispy.
I don't be crispy. I be dusted.
Law usually be crispy.
Law stay crispy.
Yeah, I'm talking about Law be like dusted. You can draw a Law line.
You be crispy too. So the OC.
Yeah,
I'll
OC
be the one trying to catch up.
Man, OC going down today. Look at my boy OC, man. Got him a fresh bald head, man. LL Cool J is hard as.
Yoga fire.
All right.
Yoga flame.
We got a special guest today. We got us a special guest. Yeah. And she's on. I see you. I got you in the background. So there she is. Hey, let us introduce you. We go introduce you first, okay? Give us a second. We go put you there. Now, do you want to be on camera or not?
No.
Okay. We already got you with the best picture.
We got the best picture.
Boy, we got the best picture. All right, y'all give me a second. Let me introduce, or all of us go introduce Nahshon Wright's mom. All right?
Yeah.
So we gonna show a little clip of us having a discussion, and then we gonna pull her all the way into the show. Here we go.
Yeah. And especially, and I'm just gonna keep it clear since we got our glasses on.
Yeah.
I'm from California, so
Cali.
it's either the Raiders or the 49ers.
Or the 49ers. Y'all ready?
What? Two teams now. I cannot, because I'm so much of a faithful 49er fan, I cannot leave my team.
There you go.
But I'm definitely a mom first and definitely a Dallas fan.
Y'all hear that? And y'all better not say nothing about that. She got to represent her home, so it's going to be about the Bay with San Fran. But some people can have two teams. You got it.
All right, there we go.
That's the only time we give somebody.
It's the only time we allow people to have two teams. All right.
Yeah.
So here we go. We got Nahshon Wright's mom. I don't want to butcher your name. Can you pronounce your name for me?
My name is Sadio.
Okay. Sadio. Got it. All right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yes,
so we
indeed.
got Sadio in the house. Law.
Man, I'm going to tell you something, guys. This lady right here is passionate about football, and all it takes is a couple of seconds for you guys to understand. She just not a mom just saying, yeah, I'm rooting for my son. She know the game.
Yeah, she know the game.
Know. And I ain't hyping her up. No. And she speaks true about her son, and y'all pay attention to him for this season because, hey, he's finna go on another level now.
Yeah. I'm excited to see him going into year 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see him going into year 2. So I gotta ask you, because now we catching up again.
Yeah.
We gonna put you on the spot just a little bit, and I like that green hat. Look at you all coordinated. See, I can see you. They can't see you. I can see.
went for a
Wait
little
a
walk
minute.
today.
Okay, I see. All right, but real quick, I want to say something real quick. How did it feel? And I really want to feel you.
Go
Like
ahead.
being a San Fran fan and your son was on the field, and how did you get through the emotions of that?
Are you talking about the game that they had this past season?
Yes.
Well, he was on the field. He didn't play.
Right.
So I was comfortable because it was like I was rooting for the 49ers, but at the same time I was rooting for the Cowboys. So I didn't feel like I was rooting against my son because he didn't actually play. So
Absolutely. Okay.
that's where I felt most comfortable.
Gotcha.
But everything else was
Gotcha. Yeah. Did anybody else have any questions?
I definitely
Yeah, I
got
have
a
one really
question.
quick.
Go ahead, OC.
Just really quick, you know your son better than anyone, and you have a perspective that none of us would ever have, about Nahshon. And so I just kind of want to get your feedback on, from knowing your son, seeing him play this season, what do you think are the key things that he needs to do to take his game to the next level going into year 2?
Good question.
New text message from Self Kidnap.
Did that come across?
No, I think she froze. She
froze?
for a
Okay.
minute. I'm looking
Okay.
at it. Oh, she back. She back.
You know, he's very coachable.
I can't
So,
hear. We got a little bit of chop sound.
Yeah, I heard you. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
I can hear you now.
I can hear you now.
We can hear you now. Go ahead.
So I think Nahshon needs to do with what the coaches ask of him. That no, what I was saying is Nahshon coach. So whatever the coaches ask for him to do, I think that's what he should. I don't want I just want him to get stronger. So that, from what I understand, they're kind of, half going in a way that they wanted him to go, and whatever else they have for him, we'll see as the season gets going.
Miss Wright. I mean, I didn't mean to call you Miss Wright. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh my God. Big ball drop. I apologize about that.
Hello?
Yeah, let me call you. I'm gonna call you. It's gonna have a better sound. Okay. I'm gonna call you. I'm gonna call you on your phone. It's gonna have better sound.
Okay.
Yeah, do that.
All right. Yeah. Y'all be patient with us. Let me get her sound better. We always got to have a plan B. That's just part of it. You know what I mean?
Building the plane while it's in the air. So while you're giving her a shout, I just wanted to tell you guys what basically she was saying, and she talked to me before about this, is that the coaching staff want Nahshon to get a little stronger, and I believe that will benefit him in his outside game. I think that he is an outside corner. Of course, there's available spot for competition on the outside and the inside. I don't think that this team is pretty much glued in on Kelvin Joseph as well as Anthony Brown. So as that other corner on the opposite side of Trayvon Diggs, this team is still looking. And me and Big Game James, we're going to talk about that nickel corner. On
we can't wait.
We can definitely talk about it.
I'm calling her right now.
Yeah.
I already got the
We're
stats.
going to talk about that.
I got the stats.
I got it right here now.
Okay, well, I got them too.
I got it right here too.
Okay, well, good.
It's good. You know, we're gonna raise the question. We're gonna raise the question.
I can't wait to see this.
And they're gonna agree with me.
This fight is real, y'all.
Cowboy.
It's real.
Yeah.
This fight is real.
They're gonna agree with me.
Boss Cowboy Sports.
Hi.
There it is. She sounds so
Hey.
good now. All right. Now, What was you saying? Because now we gonna hear you clear.
Switch to you, Boss Cowboy.
No, what I was saying to the question was, I think Nahshon's a really, a good coachable kid, and so whatever his coaches want him to do, I know Nahshon's gonna do that. So I think he should do what he's directed to do. They have plans for him. I'm not sure exactly what just yet, but whatever that is, if he sticks to that, I think Nahshon will be okay.
All right. And what was your question? I'm gonna have to relay the question, Big.
My question was, when the
Hello?
was can you hear me?
No, but I was answering the question. It was saying, what do I think Nahshon should do this season? And I really don't have a thing that I personally feel he should do. I feel like everything from his football, career, from Pop Warner to high school to junior college, all the way to Oregon State, Nahshon was told what to do. He followed directions, and that's why he's with the Cowboys now. So all he has to do is pay attention to what they want him to do, and he's doing his job. That's what they're paying him for.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to relay the questions, so be a little bit patient with me, and then okay. So what was you saying, Big? So I can relay your question, Big Dog.
I mean, she be on it. She answered a lot of what I was already thinking and what I want to ask her. Just basically, does she travel with him a lot? Is it a situation where is she basically just go to his game? Because I know a lot of young kids, when they come out, they have their mother close to them, and I've seen where some of the mothers kind of stay with them the first couple of years. Is that kind of situation where it's going on with Nahshon, or she kind of let him do his own thing and just come to the games?
All right. So he was saying, what is your travel experience like with your son? And how often do you get to just kind of see him and just kind of walk us through being a mom following a son playing for the Dallas Cowboys?
Well, my travel experience has definitely changed dramatically, and that's because I have two children that play football. I have another son by the name of Nahshon Wright that going to do another year. He was going to come out this year, but he decided to stay another year. He's at Oregon State, so it was kind of all over the place. But I took off some time to be able to support both of my boys. What I tried to do, what I did was, because I knew Nahshon would be playing this season last season, more of preseason games, I made sure to make all of those, and then I spent a lot more time going to see my other son's games in college. So I wanted to give both of them the same support. I want to give my youngest son the same support that I gave Nahshon. But overall, I come to Dallas as much as possible. I can come and go when I'm ready. I'm on a plane at any given time to be there for my kids. That's how much I love them and love football.
Ooh, Hey, that's some good stuff, man. Hey, boss, ask her about the time that with her son Nahshon Wright, every team that he been on, they've been successful. Ask her to repeat that.
Okay.
I'll give her that question in there.
I got you. Law got a question for you. He wanted you to relate to the fans how Nahshon has played for all successful teams and to give us his background.
You said successful teams. Well, how far you want me to go back?
You can go back when he was in training. Listen, we just love the game. We like to, and we don't hear from people that raise pros a lot. So whatever just sparks your mind.
Thinking more about the Cowboys or just Nahshon in football overall?
His football over his road, his whole road.
Once again, his whole role as a Cowboy. Is that what you're asking?
No, his role just before he became a Cowboy, leading up to the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
That's what Law wanted the
So,
fans to know.
I have to give a shout out because I'm from East Palo Alto, California, also where Devontae Adams is from. He's with the Raiders now. I'm gonna have to get a little happy about that. My sister-in-law definitely is. She's sitting here smiling and grinning. She's been talking about Devontae all day. But anyway, starting from East Palo Alto, Nahshon and Rajon played for a football team by the name of the Greyhounds. I think they were about 6 and 8. I lived in Union City, so I ended up, which was across the bay from where they were. So I ended up having them play football for the East Bay Warriors of Oakland, California. And that's where they just really took off. So they played the last 4 games of the season, and they were they had 2 teams. They're a really big organization. So they had 2 teams, the East Side and the West Side. So because they didn't know, how, Nahshon and Ray played, they put them on the West for the last 4 games of the season. But by the time those 4 games was over, I'd give it about 2 games, all the coaches on the East Side were asking if they could play for their team. So they had 2 junior peewees, 2 midgets, through 2 peewee teams. They had like 8 teams. And so each coach on each division at the time, every year, wanted Nahshon and Ray to play for them. They end up going, every year, they end up going to Florida for the championship. They played, I remember this one team called Bison. I think they're from Florida. They played out there, and they ended up getting 2nd overall. And then from there, they went on to high school for James Logan in Union City. They weren't qualifiers. So Nahshon, I'll just speak about Nahshon. He ended up going to Saffron City College first, and then he left from there, and he ended up going to Laney. For 2 years, he didn't play. He just took units. As a matter of fact, they took like 20-something units so they could be ahead of their units going into college, to the D1 college. So they went there shortly after Rajon came there. He had a couple offers. He had San Jose State and other things, but he was like, Mom, I'm going to go bigger than that. So I was like, okay, whatever they told me they wanted to do, I went with it. And so they both ended up at Laney. And if I'm not mistaken, which I sure I am, Laney has been to a couple state championships, but they never won it until Nahshon and Ray was on the team. Yeah, they never won it. They took it all away, and then it just started going from there. And I just want to let everybody know that my kids decided to stay in the Pac-12, but at the last minute, Oklahoma was calling Nahshon to try to get him to decommit and come there. And I was like, no, we're going to go with the team that really believed in you, didn't wait till the last minute, and that's what we're going to do. And if you really believe in yourself, you're going to make it, and that's what happened. Rajon had a offer to a couple. He had more offers than Nahshon. We visited UCF, but what they wanted to do at Oregon State was be together with their cousin Alton Julian and just be a family and help that team get to the next level. And right now, it's in the history books, and that's what they did. Nahshon started there, Rajon started there, Alton Julian's there. We have some more kids out of East Palo Alto that team is really saw the talent that we have from the city where we're from, and they're picking those kids up. And every year that program has evolved. Last year they made it to a bowl game. Jonathan Smith is the head coach there, and he had to take that team from, pretty much from scratch, and he built the team with Coach Blue, which is a really good coach. I love Coach Blue. And then they just made it happen. But I will say this, Rajon has always been a corner. However, here's the big shocker. Nahshon converted from a receiver. So to me, and I have to say this, for all these guys, talking about, how they felt about him in the draft, I gotta laugh because my son made it to to the league converting from a receiver. So technically, everything that he's doing and where he's at, he's only been a corner for maybe 4 years now. So for a lot of people that, I know you got some other, guys in there that they were looking at, that they drafted higher and things like that. I'm not too sure about what they have done for their football careers, but I think it's pretty amazing that my son was able to convert from a receiver and become a corner and make it to the league and to, I'll just go ahead and say it, America's team, Dallas Cowboys.
It looked like that hurt coming out. It looked like that hurt
No,
coming out.
it didn't hurt.
Okay. It felt okay. All right.
It feels real good now. I'll be honest. I'll also say, as much as I love the 49ers, I tell people this all the time, I'm a mom first. I want my son to focus. It's a job. And I think if he would have went to the 49ers, which is what was going to happen, I think he would have had a lot more distractions. So he's able to focus and go to work out there. He's out there to work. That's all he does. He does what he's supposed to do, and he's home. He's focused. He's not one of those kids who's just all over the place.
I'm gonna be selfish. Can I be selfish, everybody? Is it okay that I'm gonna be selfish? Because you raising two top athletes, right? Yeah. And I know the OC, his sons play football, right? I know Big Game James, his son is an athlete, right? Law,
I got all girls, man.
He got all girls, but we don't know what their future might be.
They can cheerleader, they can kick the ball.
So this is my selfish question. What would this is gonna probably help people that's in the chat, that's raising people that's cheerleaders or athletes of any kind. What would be some advice that you would give when you raising cheerleaders or athletes or anything? I just want to hear your advice because it looked like you're just doing a good job. You look like you got good boys. I like what you said. He's here to focus on his job. I can see him being focused as a reflection of you. So I want to get any kind of tips that can help me be a better father and all the people on the Final Word be better fathers and the people in the chat. I want to be selfish and kind of get some tips from somebody who raised some good boys.
Well, I would say, we all, I've seen it. Personally, my boys wanted to do football. They also did basketball, and for a long time, I had them in track, and I'm like, this is going to get you faster in your technique and this, that, and the other. And they did that for so long. And when they didn't want to do it, I didn't force them. So I because that's what I thought. I'll take that back. Let me go back. I wasn't one of those moms that just had it in my head that my kids is going to make it professionally in any sport. However, I did know that if they ran track, that they would be guaranteed a scholarship over football or basketball, because I know it's a lot harder to get those scholarships for football and for basketball, stuff like that. So I kind of was on them about keeping up with the track in addition to, just
really believing that it would make them faster in whatever they decided to do. But eventually, they grew tired of it, and so they did carry the technique. They still, know what it is to run and how to run, and that's how Nahshon can kind of gain his speed back. He's just been like that for a while. Football and track is a little different, but at the end of the day, he ran the 400. So Nahshon was a kid that his stride is what helped him in track, and I believe it also helps him in football. He may not, and in his length, he may not start off, sprinting and be really fast, because he makes up the speed, and I believe that came from track. So my advice would be, let your kids do what they love, because if you force them to do what you want to do, they may not love it enough to put their full effort into it, and just support your kids with whatever they want to do. I think we're talking about doing golf with Nahshon. We're talking about doing golf with Nahshon.
What?
My
son is in golf. My son is in golf.
Yeah, so you're going to see how that works out and see if she likes it. But if she doesn't, and she wants to be a gymnast or whatever that may be, because she's going to do something, we're going to just be supportive. So my advice would just be, pay attention to what it is your kids want to do and what they love, and just be there in every way possible.
Thank you so much. And we're going to be courteous. We promise you 20 minutes. It's been 20 minutes.
Oh, I could talk longer. I decided I wasn't. I took off for work tonight, so I'm okay.
Okay, yeah. So, did y'all have any other questions?
I just got one question. Basically, I read about Dan Quinn had talked to Nahshon, and he said they talked a lot more off the field than on the field. He said he really got to know him a person, and Nahshon said he really, that's where him and Dan Quinn really gravitated toward each other, because they really didn't talk about football. I had one of my people, the lunatic, he wants to kind of know, what does Nahshon kind of feel about Dan Quinn, and what is he like as a defensive coordinator, and what does he really bring to the table, and what does he really want to bring to the table for there? Dan Quinn in the future?
Oh.
Yeah, I was just getting a secondary question. We got to relay it because I'm piping you in through a new system. But he was asking about Dan Quinn's relationship with Nahshon Wright, and to see if you had any kind of, intel or about the relationship, because there was some reports that Nahshon and Dan Quinn has actually really got to know each other. And we just want to maybe just kind of hear about the relationship, because the fans love Dan Quinn, and we just wanted to get anything that you knew about Dan Quinn personally yourself.
Okay, so I will say this. This is what I think. I can't be 100% certain, but I think Dan. So during the pandemic, and Oregon Ducks is like is one of in the Pac-12. They have been leading the Pac-12 and winning championships for years. And as I was saying earlier, Jonathan Smith has been rebuilding the Oregon State football athletic program. And that year, before Nahshon went to declared for the draft, I know that was like a big game, and I feel like what Nahshon did in that game may have, a lot of people were probably looking at the Ducks, and then they saw Nahshon and was like, wow, like, with this kid. And I think, so my idea is, I think he may have saw something and was like, wow, who is this kid? Like, I didn't know, because a lot of people didn't know when he was drafted. I read a lot of comments and stuff, and who is this kid? We don't know him, this, that, and the third. So I think he may have saw him in that game. I'll have to ask him one day. I'm not 100% sure. But I believe he saw that game and wanted to see more. First, I'll say this. Nahshon spoke with the psychiatrist or psychologist, whatever they have as with the ballot. And I remember him calling me and saying, Mom, the lady that I spoke with said you did a good job with me. So I'll say this, before Dan even bothered to go to Nahshon's pro day, I think they wanted to, see what kind of kid he was first. Then after that, 31 teams showed up to the pro day. The only ones that didn't show up, I think it was what was it the Rams? Don't forgive me, I'm drawing a blank. It was the Rams that won this year, right? Super Bowl?
Right.
Or was it the Chargers? It was one of the LA teams. Yeah. I'm sorry. And I'm not a fan.
I see you. You like, I don't even care.
Well, what it was, they were the only team that didn't show up. And so they did the pro day, and right after, Dan, walked up to Nahshon, and he asked him, can he, talk to him. They also know about Rajon too, because he had told him he was going to be watching him as well. But he took Nahshon over. He talked to him for 30 minutes. Like the other teams were like sitting around waiting to have a talk with him. And the feedback that I got back from his agent was that a lot of teams were like, the fact that Dan had talked to him so long and that he just took over, that was big for Nahshon, and they were kind of like, they were interested. They were like, oh man, I don't know if we're ever going to get a chance to speak with him. But I will tell you this also, the Philadelphia Eagles were on to Nahshon. I think a couple of teams were, but I think they didn't want to say anything because they wanted to sneak him and snatch him. There were quite a few teams. When we found out that Nahshon was picked up by the Cowboys, his agent was on the phone. I guess the 49ers were, looking to get Nahshon too. So Nahshon was one of the ones, like, a sleeper, should I say. A lot of people, teams got to see him. And so at the pro day, I think they were kind of like, all like, wow, who's this kid, 6'4" corner. And the Cowboys just snatched him up. But there were other teams that definitely were interested in Nahshon. He had spoken with the Raiders, a couple other teams, but Dan seems to be the most interested.
Ooh-wee! Dan know what he's doing.
He might have something up his sleeve for next year. That's what I'm thinking.
I think Dan does got.
Dan got
you get
something
me excited.
up his
You get me excited. You get me too excited. Don't get me excited.
I think, yeah, I think so.
All right, what we do here is, before we get into our next segment, we always give our guests the final word. So what would be your final word before we get into our next segment of the show?
My final word would be, and I'll say this, after speaking with Devontae Adams' mom, I didn't know she had mentioned, like, sophomore slump. She was kind of, just talking to me about, how things kind of go, and things she experienced. And I called her. She reached out and she was like, call me if you have any questions. And one day I finally reached out and we talked for a while, and she was like, those sophomore slumps, you got to get ready. And she said, I said, there's a sophomore slump? And she was like, yeah. And so I'll say this, my son, it's a new position, and I'm not saying that he's not good at it, but nobody's perfect, and everybody has good days, and some have bad days. But I know eventually that my son's gonna, in years, has shown that he's gotten better and better at what he's doing. So I think the Cowboys are going to be really happy with what they get out of Nahshon next year. I say he's perfect, but he's definitely not trash.
Ooh, thank you so much. That was an excellent final word, and thank you for being the guest on the final word, okay?
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Appreciate you so much. You as well.
All right.
Yes, indeed. Good stuff right there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's a good conversation for the nation, man. Nahshon Wright's mom, man, she was right on the money with everything. And trust me, Cowboy Nation, trust me, he's going to fight to be a starting corner on his team. And I know we got Kelvin Joseph in front of him, AB, and as well as Jordan Lewis. But he's going to put in a good fight. And like she said, the boy been running track, right? He runs a 4.440, and we all know about that speed. And as well as this, and I'm not trying to hype the kid up, he's been practicing all off season, and he can't wait to get back out there on the field. But go ahead, you guys.
Yeah, I definitely got something to say. I learned a lot. I really did, man. It was key nuggets that she laid out there to me, man. First of all, I didn't know that he was a recent convert to corner. That's big. That's big because basically, when Diggs was also a late convert to corner, if y'all know what I mean. Yeah. So we got guys that Dan Quinn, you sneaky boy, you sneaky. Dan Quinn is smart, dog. He got balls that got naturals at plucking that ball. And that it makes sense. I was like, what? So we got
Joseph though.
Yeah, not
Kelvin
Joseph.
He's good. Kelvin Joseph's good now. I think Kelvin Joseph.
He good.
No, but we just talking about the pedigree to get that ball.
I'm talking about the playmaker. He's not like them, in my opinion.
Yeah, people that just naturally and see now it makes sense because how Nahshon came in camp, bruh.
Right.
Like how he kept getting the ball.
Receiver build though. Don't he have a receiver?
He does.
6'4", 6'4", linear build. He's about 185, 190. Yep.
Yeah. He has a receiver build.
Yep.
Yeah, we talked about this a while back, like even going back to last year's draft, boss, about how that Dan Quinn's philosophy and who he was looking at was more so people that would play the ball, right? And we saw that big time this season with all the picks. And we had, Anthony Brown coming up with picks. You know what I mean? So he has an emphasis on the secondary on the type of athlete that can attack the football, that can catch it, So that's good. That's good for Cowboys.
Yeah. And I want to say something.
OC mentioned Anthony Brown. He didn't mention Jordan Lewis.
We gonna get into that. Hold on, we gonna get into that. No, I can't wait. Wait a minute. We gonna get into that. We gonna get into that, bro. I can't wait, bro. I can't wait because I can't wait to see this fight. But
round one,
I'm excited that I understand more because I'm gonna show y'all what I wrote about him in the Boss Cowboy Guide. So this was the Boss Cowboy Guide last year, right? And I said game speed appears average to slow. Nahshon's play stiff and off balance in press coverage. Attacking the ball is his plus and his confidence, right? So now I get it. We got a guy that's raw. You see what I'm saying? Right. And I know from playing corner, it take about 4 to 5 years to where you really get your corner legs. So once he really settled in, he could have a ball natural attacking ability similar to Diggs, similar to Everson Walls. Because when I met Everson Walls, I met him at the airport. I asked him the same question, Big Law, OC, I asked him, I said, man, because I was just keeping it real. I just asked him, I just kept it real. I said, hey man, what you need to teach these guys to attack the ball like you? He said, man, I naturally attack the ball. I was an ex-receiver. I said, what? You see what I'm saying? So I'm seeing a trend of what Dan Quinn is doing.
Yep. And there's so many routes out there on the tree, right, boss? When you're looking at a 7, or if you're looking at a bang 8, or if you knowing that it's going to be a hitch route, or you trying to find a spot in the hook area, you can tell by wide receivers' positioning where they sink their hips, what they like to do at the top of the route, and you can start picking up on the key indicators. And when you pull up the draft guide and you pull up your guy Nahshon Wright, you said one of the things. Can you pull it up and show everybody again? And you look at the bottom part of it, attacking the football is his plus.
Yep.
And his confidence. So that means that, hey, he understands that you're going to have so many steps until you break on this route. You might have got it one time, but do it again and watch what I do. And that's all what we seen with Trayvon Diggs last season, right?
Right.
You got so many times that you're going to try to break on that out, on that 7. Or that post, and I'm going to get it because I know what you're trying to do based off of the formation, your footwork, your releases, all of that stuff. And it's going to go just like this for these guys, man, especially by him going into his second year. Play recognition is going to be crazy.
Bro, this is starting to come together for me, bro. I'm getting it now. Do you remember when Nahshon Wright said that he want to be Sherman?
Oh, yeah.
And everybody kind of got mad at him? Sherman was an ex-receiver.
Yep.
I'm getting it.
And 6'4" hard to develop, baby.
Yeah.
That's natural. That's what God give you.
And see, that's why he's trying to pattern himself after Sherman. And I'm gonna say this and then we can move on.
Yeah.
This is another benefit of a receiver. And OC, I want to get your opinion on this, big dog, as somebody that obviously play and definitely coach the offensive side of the ball. I think the rest of us defensive guys, but I want to hear from you on this offense. Sherman talked about the advantages of playing corner because he understood route concepts of receivers. So he kind of knew how the play was designed to attack a defense from being on offense. I want to get your thoughts on that.
Yeah, I think that, man, the benefit is that you're seeing it inverse. It's almost like this, and I'll use this analogy to kind of make it easier. It's almost like pitchers that have good hands. If you've watched baseball, they're typically really good hitters because they're used to seeing pitches and they're used to throwing pitches. So it's easier for them to see pitches coming at them and they know how to locate it and hit it. It's the same thing with an ex-receiver playing DB. They understand what the route looks like coming at them. And they also understand threats based on leverages. If it's an inside receiver, outside receiver, okay, where are my threats? What are the routes that could hurt me in this position? Based upon the alignment of the receiver and the formation. So they naturally pick up on stuff like that, and it's a huge advantage as you kind of go from, opposite sides of the football, in my opinion.
No doubt.
All right.
Got on that big game.
I mean, when you play defensive back and then you play receiver, you can tell when you see a defensive back who just solely just play defensive back. Because even when you watch Trevin Diggs, somebody who's already played receiver, I think when we had George Teague, he was talking about he had a problem with press coverage because he's sitting there, he's always looking, as soon as that ball's going, he's already looking in that backfield. He's already turning his hips looking to where that ball's going because he's already has a ball awareness as a receiver. And I think if you looked at Nahshon Wright, he was starting to gain that. If in college you could see it, but in the pros, I think he was a little bit more nervous with it. I think the more playing time he gets, you'll start seeing him be able to open his hips early and be able to start tracking the ball like Trevin Diggs. Because when you're a former receiver and you're going to defensive back, you naturally start looking where that ball is. When you just solely play defense, you're always kind of looking at the man and kind of seeing where he's going, and that's where you're always wondering, like, why doesn't he turn his head? Why doesn't he look back? Because most times he's probably played more defensive than offense. When you played offense more than defense and you were a former receiver and you're going with that receiver, you automatically, as soon as he goes like on a 9 route or a deep route, a slant, you're automatically putting your hand near him and turning your head because you're already feeling and knowing where he's kind of already going, and you're looking to try to get the ball because you know what it's like to catch that.
No doubt, man. That's good stuff, man. Big game, James. And if anybody want to look at some tape on Nahshon, look up the Steelers preseason game and as well as the Cards preseason game. He had
he balled.
Yeah, he balled in those games.
He sure did.
Yes, indeed.
And what I liked about those games is he was coming up to tackle too, bro.
Big facts.
Am I lying, Law?
Oh, no. He ain't lying.
He ain't lying. You got that button.
I don't got the button on, but he ain't lying.
But he ain't lying. Yeah, he ain't lying. Hey, yeah. And my boy Nick, he telling me, man, he told me about Nahshon. Yeah, you did, bro. You did. You did. You was high on him. And shout out to my boy Nick, man, in the chat. Yeah, you was high on Nahshon. And you was right. You know what I'm saying? And I'm happy to know that likely he's going to get even better. I want to switch the topics real quick, if y'all don't mind.
Hey, before you switch over, Richard Sherman was 6'3", 195-ish on his playing weight. So right now, Nahshon is 6'4", 183. So what they said to Nahshon, and this is what she echoed to me a couple of weeks ago when she had called me, is that they want him to get stronger and bigger. So I'm quite sure. What you guys thinking? Like 190, 195-ish would be good for Nahshon?
I don't know why they want him to get bigger, to be honest, bro.
If you want
183,
I don't care because he was coming up making tackles. Why he got to be bigger? He was
because I seen on one play he got hit. You know why, boss? Because if he's 183 and 6'4", if somebody sticks their shoulder into him, running back, he gonna feel it.
Gotcha. I see what you're saying. You saying from a preservation standpoint.
Yeah, collarbones. Collarbones.
Man, I want my corners light, bro. I'm sorry.
He needs some milk.
Boss, you don't want them light.
Yes,
you know
I do, bro.
They gonna break their collarbones.
Man, I don't need.
That was Sherman game too. Sherm was like, press, I'm gonna get in your face. He's physical, right?
I don't want to touch that man. I want him to keep his speed, dog. I'm just keeping it real. But it's trainers. It's trainers that can do both. Trainers that can do both. They can get you big and they can keep your speed. I get off of it.
Yeah, but here's the thing. When you look at Nahshon, he looks like, to me, the body type like he's never going to be a super big dude. When he puts on his weight, it'll be muscle.
Right.
So let's say he gets 10 pounds and he goes to 193, it'll be solid muscle. So he'll be still probably wiry, but he'll be strong like a Richard Sherman. Because when you see Richard Sherman first come in, you could see his body start developing the longer he was in the league, but he was still kind of thin, but you could tell he was a lot stronger.
You know what? Since you're talking about that, I'm going to reach out to her. I know a trainer that trained Errol Spence. So, and he focuses on strength. See, I don't want him big. I want him strong. You see what I'm saying? I don't care what he look like. I'm Blue. His name is Blue. So I'm gonna
hit me up with that because she told me, and I reached out to Coach Bird, and I was like, and he a wide receiver coach.
Yeah, he go get him.
Get back with me right now.
Yeah, I got you. I send it to you, Law. But Coach Blue, he trains Earl Spence. He specializes in strength. You know what I mean? So they do all kind of crazy push-ups and stuff and pull-ups and stuff to where you're strong. You know what I mean?
Right.
And that's how I want him.
I
don't care if he lean. I just want him strong.
Spence strong though.
Spence strong. Like Spence.
Strong.
Yeah. And Blue said, when I'm done training, I want my guys to feel like God hitting them.
God, dog. Hey, can he trade me for a couple of days?
He will.
He
will. He'll train you. Yeah, his name is Blu-ray. Yeah, my boy Brian Peters know him. He say Blu-ray is the truth. He is. Yeah. So I'll send you that information, man, so we can pass that to our players. We dead serious about improving these Cowboys, bro.
Right. So she reached out to me. I like, all right, well, I reach out to Coach Bird. You know,
Now we go get Blue in your Rolodex too, big dog. You know what I'm saying? Because any one of these players that's go get an advantage from and these are professional strength coaches. We not dealing with no fly-by-night boys. All right, here we go. Yeah. I want to show Big Game's tweet. So Zadarius Smith for the Cowboys. No Zadarius Smith for the Cowboys. My boy Big Game James say, duh. Then when you go to my tweet,
baby nuts, that joke crazy, man.
Right. He say no momentum exists between Cowboys and ex-Seahawks Bobby Wagner in free agency, source said. DC Dan Quinn and Wagner, who is operating as his own agent, been in contact. So Dan Quinn been doing this thing. Strong relationship and belief there, but a 2022 reunion is considered unlikely and long shot from start. And I said, shocker. What's y'all thoughts on that, man? Like, because nobody's surprised. What's y'all thoughts?
Man.
They're not
I'm gonna
paying
say this
Bobby
right
Wagner.
quick, man. Go ahead, OC.
No, I'm gonna be quick. I'm gonna be real quick, Lo. I'm kicking this thing right back to you. Listen, they're not paying Bobby Wagner, man. That's just the reality. They're not paying him the kind of money that will get him to sign. That's all I got to say.
Man, Cowboys got this mentality, whereas, you ever seen a pretty girl and she fine and nobody want to holler at her because, they think that she's already taken. They got that type of mentality that the Cowboys, pretty lady, they folds the legs, across the legs or what have you, and expecting the people to come to them. Like, it's the same conversational piece, just like Von Miller. They didn't even offer the man. They said, oh, Von Miller's interested. I'm going to sit in my corner and be pretty. They didn't even offer him a contract. They could have offered this man $10, and he could have said, yeah, I always wanted to play for the Cowboys and retire. But the Bills, hold on.
No, that's not to you. That's not to you. That's to them.
Oh, that's the devil. You know what
That's
I'm
not
saying?
to you, dog. You going hard, bro. You going hard, dude. This for you right here, Loud. This for you.
Perfect. Okay. So that was my thought track, and by them not even putting in an offer. Shout out to the Bills for giving the man $120 million for Von Miller, but for them not even putting in an offer, I'm sitting here reading this thing, reading in between the lines, and they saying, Dan Quinn, go make it happen. Go make it happen, because you coached them, and that's the guy that you developed. You have a conversation with him, but they never sent a guy down there to have a real conversation with Bobby Wags. So that's why we are sitting here watching that there's no chance right now, and everything moves slowly when you don't have an agent.
And see, Law, your latest video is on Cowboys have enough cap space to sign Zadarius Smith, Tyrann Mathieu, and Bobby Wagner. Can you talk about this, sir?
Yo, I mean, at the time we were sitting at $26.9 million, right? And we do know that you don't need that much cap space to sign players because you can prorate the contract, and especially you're going to get extra additional money added in after June 1st because you cut Big La'el Collins. So you got money. And it's all about willing and dealing. Just look at the deal that the Zadarius Smith got. 3-year, $47 million contract. Come on, man. We got money for that. And especially whatever money that we have in the back pockets, we can spoon feed Honey Badger as well to split this thing down to Bobby Wags. But here's the thing. The Cowboys, if they offered D-Law, who played for this team, $10 million, I'm quite sure that they're trying to lowball these guys. And sometimes you look at that as the player and the agent, they can't even run back to their client with the amount of money that they probably was offering to those boys. So that's why the Cowboys, they move slowly, right? Because sometimes you know how it is. You guys been in sale, and then you try to sell something, and it's let's say you selling a Cadillac or something like that, and somebody say, well, shoot, we'll give you $400 down for it, and my credit score is 630. They're going to be like, man, I ain't going to go to my manager talking about that. No,
right.
That's not a real offer.
Right. Ooh, Lord.
Hold on
real quick.
3, 2, 1.
And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Let's go.
Yeah.
Well,
So
Law, to your point, Big Law, man, you said some real powerful things, man. And I just want to iterate a couple things. Here's the thing: the Cowboys like to sign free agents when they're desperate. You know, they don't go for it's almost like the guy that waits until the girl gets drunk at the end of the night and try to hit on that girl. You know, they're not hitting on the top tier women that are desirable, you know, by everyone. You know what I'm saying? The Cowboys like them scraps. You know what I'm saying? That's what Cowboys do. They try to make sure
baby.
hey, look, they want to get you when you're down, you're desperate, so they can have their way with you. You know what I'm saying? That's what the Cowboys do. They don't go after top tier guys, man. But that's just the philosophy on how the Cowboys operate in free agency. And then when you talk about negotiation, here's the thing about the Cowboys and how I believe Stephen Jones is mishandling this. Okay, and I'm being real nice when I say this, mishandling the situation. There is such a thing in a negotiation called breaking rapport. Right? You offer somebody something solo, you break rapport. Well, they don't even want to talk to you anymore. So the negotiation in itself is over because you have insulted the person that you want to stay at the table with you. And that's the issue on how we're handling business and the shift that we really need to make.
Man, goodness, they're straight business.
But you already know.
The OC.
God, dog.
No emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
No loyalty.
business.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
Hey, it's so relatable because every now and then you'll catch a few stragglers coming out of the club and they got the glossy eyes, you know what I'm saying? And you sitting there chilling, you know, you sitting on the car, and you say, boo, say, boo, you know?
Boo. And she feeling you because she under the influence.
She go over there, she wobble, weeble, wobble.
Wobble,
you got a
weeble.
nice ride. Oh, yeah. Message.
Shade. Big. What you got, big dog?
Oh man, I'm gonna just say a couple things. Let me read something to you right quick. Free agency is not over yet. This was in 2016. Stephen Jones, Baby Nuts Jones said, "We have a strategy. Our strategy is we're going to pay a guy X. If it goes above that, then we are out. That's how you make bad mistakes, paying to the market." Okay, that's what he said in 2016, and he's staying to it. Damn. So if you look at the free agency right now, Stephen Jones will tell you that Dallas is good. But if you look at it, they're basically bringing back the same team they brought back last year, minus good players. So you lost Amari Cooper, who is a top-notch receiver. You also lost Randy Gregory, who is a very good pass rusher. Dante Fowler is a journeyman now. He's been on 4 teams. I like Fowler, but he's been on 4 teams. James Washington was a second-round draft pick who you can kind of call a bust because it hasn't lived up to that reputation at all. He had a career low 26 receptions last year for like 270 yards. So the guys that you brought in free agency are not the guys that you lost in free agency. So where did you get your team better? I'm not hating. I'm just saying the thought is if you look at it from that aspect, you took a step back, not a step forward because the players did you replace. And I did say this on my Twitter. If you're going to lose that talent, replace that talent with the talent that you lost. I don't think they did that.
You already know, bro.
Hey, I love being a Cowboy.
Big game James.
Game changer.
Let's have some fun. Let's have a good time.
Man, all right. When I say perfect segue, dog, I love it when this stuff segues so perfect without us even trying. All right. So I'm going to show this real quick to Big Game James' point. Let me make this bigger, man. Can y'all see that okay?
Yep.
So, to Big Game James' point, Cowboys move so far. Man, that boy Big killed that, bro. Come on, y'all.
Killed it, man.
I be killed that, bro. I gotta hit a button for this dude.
Perfect.
There you go.
Big.
That boy good.
What's your thoughts on this list,
sir.
dog? Just looking at it in detail. I just want you to keep talking. Let me just sit back and listen to the preacher.
I mean, like I said, it's like we call it. That's why I call him Baby Ness Jones. I don't want to just beat it up and say it all the time, but that's what it is. It's a conservative attitude. It's you're trying to save money, but what are you saving money for? You brought these people back, but like I said, this is the same team you brought back from last year. The two people you brought over are journeymen. The people that you lost are Amari Cooper. He's a difference maker. Cedric Wilson, he stepped his game up. He's a better receiver. Connor Williams, we know what he is, but he's not a bad player. When you look at Randy Gregory, I feel like he's an elite pass rusher. La'el Collins, we know he's not the guy that he was before. But if you look at the talent that you lost for the people that you brought in and you just re-signed your same players, where did your team get better? That's the question. And then when we sit there and say Zadarius Smith was out there, Bobby Wagner is still out there, and you have the money to do it, what are you waiting for? You're sitting there saying just what I just read. If it goes above, if our strategy is we are going to pay a guy X, if it goes above that, then we are out. You don't think these other players, it's a fraternity. These owners, these players, these general managers talk to each other. So when a player is trying to talk about Dallas, they're going to like, why are you going to go there? You know they ain't paying you. You're going to go over there. They ain't even winning. You don't think they talk to each other like that? Like, where does
they do?
They feel like these Cowboys in their head, Stephen Jones and them think that this brand is so big now that these players are just going to want to beat down and run to Dallas. No, they're not. These players want to get paid, and they know they're not paying you in Dallas. So where do you think these top players even considering Dallas? And they already said we ain't doing it anyway. So where do we think Dallas is going to get over the hump? Then I hear people saying, oh, well, Dallas ain't spending all kind of money and doing that. That's cool, but you're going to stay in a certain place every single year. This is the same team you brought back minus better players. And what you're doing is you're putting all your eggs in the basket on the draft. So you're putting all that pressure on your scouts and Will McClay to hit every single time. Because if Dallas doesn't hit on these drafts, Dallas is going to be terrible. The only thing that's saving Dallas is Will McClay and these draftable players.
Yep. See, people thought I was crazy when I said that. Then when you add Big Stout to Kevin Gray, right? Kevin Gray, man, first of all, God dog Kevin Gray. Man, that Kevin Gray has been firing up Steven. God dog, he been firing. He's a third generation Cowboy fan and he act like it. But I'm listening to his point. He said, which I want to talk to y'all about. He said Cowboy was willing to come off $14 million per year on average for Randy Gregory, but not for Zadarius Smith. Now, because he's basically saying they got the money, why they didn't make no move? That's what he's saying. And you were saying you was willing to make the move with Randy, but you're not willing to make the move with Zadarius. What's your thoughts on that?
It goes back to the philosophy of what Big Game James said, the baby nuts. And it's not the fact that it's a small baby nuts, but it's not big. It's not like cojones. You're not going to go out there and just get the deal done. It's kind of go back to what my guy said, the OC. We waiting for them to stumble up out of the club, right? And we're going to scoop them up while we sitting on our whip. And that is what they did to the James Washington kid. Oh, Dez Bryant hollered at him. Okay. Dez Bryant threw a few drinks at him. Okay, cool. So once he get out of the club, we're going to shoot our shot. And we shot our shot and we got him. Same thing can be said at the same situation for the other guy, Fowler, who been bounced to team to team to team. Oh, straggling out of the club. Nobody really taking a shot at him no more. Hey, as soon as he walked by the car, Say, dog, come here, and that is what happening to those two guys. Now, as far as the people that's already on this team, we like our guys. We seen that it took forever for the J-Ron Curse deal to get done. And it's a very reasonable deal, fair deal for the Cowboys. Kind of like, all right, for J-Ron Curse, biggest money he ever had, but it's not nothing to really say, really, for his level of production out for that 1 year, grand amazing. And one can say the same thing for the punt kicker, right? The punter, for crying out loud. You gave the man a 3-year deal for $9 million, which is cool. I can't get mad at that. He's an all-pro punt kicker. But you could think that you can save some of that money and go and get a known or proven commodity to help elevate this team. But that's a story of a different day.
Ooh, I know. No. That's the story of today. Go ahead,
and you know what? I'm gonna jump in here because if you go right back to that slide you had showing the contracts, Boss Cowboy, and showing the length of term, I want to point out something that's an error in philosophy and why they like to get the stragglers. It's simply because I believe that we have, and Stephen Jones, our management, if you want to say that, they have commitment issues, right? Notice the terms. Right? Notice the terms exactly. Notice the terms, right? 2-3 year deals. So basically, I'm gonna give you a short deal because you like a 4 or maybe a 5 out of 10 type player, with the exception of a J-Ron Curse type player, right? Which I think he's above that. I think he's at least a 7 area, right? And so I can get rid of you quick. I don't have to commit. So it's the erroneous mindset of a player in some regard, right? When if you're out there, and you're not committed in a committed relationship, well, because you're scared of being wrong. See, so you have fears. See, so Stephen Jones has fears, and that's why he wants to build through the draft, because these are young, vulnerable people. They got to take whatever I give them. They gonna come in on that rookie deal. Hey, if it don't work out, it don't work out. And I know we draft pretty well, but when you deal with grown men, when you deal with men with experience that have had contracts and their quality, you have the opportunity to actually get some of these guys and pay them. But because you're scared, you got commitment issues, and so you prefer to stick with the 3s and the 4s and put them on 2-year deals versus building a quality team, even when you have the money to do it.
Facts.
Okay. Let me be devil's advocate. I'm gonna be devil's advocate, okay? For Steven. I am.
Yeah.
Steven stuff worked. It worked. Now, from a budgeting standpoint. Now listen to me. I can feel the knives. I feel it. I can feel the knives.
Linda.
But listen. If we would have, because a lot of Cowboys wanted us, and they was mad because we didn't get Jamal Adams. Y'all do know if we would have gave up them first for Jamal Adams, we wouldn't have Parsons today. Yep. You do know that Curse is one of those value picks that work. Those value free agents that work. Malik Hooker is a value free agent that work. Carlos Watkins is a... Wait a minute. Y'all ain't gonna cut me off right now while I'm making my case for Steven.
Okay, go.
Hear me out. Just hear me out. Because we talking about play now. We talking about play. Even Carlos Watkins, who, OC, you know I'm telling the truth. Me and you laughed at the film.
Yes.
We broke down the film and we cried laughing.
Yes, we did. Yes,
it worked. Did it work?
That one worked.
Osa worked.
Osa worked.
Keep going.
I can keep going. I can keep going. Like,
keep going.
Kazi, to a degree, was an upgrade to Xavier Woods. It worked.
That's a 50-50 proposition.
Man, come on, bro. When you put all them safeties together, you gonna say that didn't work, dog?
Together it worked. Combined,
Okay,
yes.
that's my
Continue,
point. So this is why I say I'm being a little bit of a devil's advocate, and I really want to get y'all pushback on this, dog.
Let me hit
Yeah.
this.
Shame.
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 Because Boss Cowboy, you got
listening.
to add in the other equation. We just gave this man credit. Will this work with Mike Nolan?
Oh, it didn't. It failed with Mike Nolan. Now, with Mike Nolan, Poe didn't work.
Shame.
But was it the
Shame.
players or was it Mike Nolan?
No. What I'm saying is that without Dan Quinn, none of this stuff worked. We probably don't know what we would have gotten out of Parsons. Parsons literally called Dan Quinn the juice. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And also with the ideology of putting his hands into the workings, you know, of the players on their front four, and, or especially the safety play. We never. Now I've seen your video about J-Ron.
They going off on
Shout
me.
out to you. Yeah, no. Yeah.
They killing me in the
Let's
chat.
get it again.
I don't care. I don't give a care what none of y'all say. I will hold my own nuts because I ain't got baby nuts. I will stand by myself.
You can only imagine if the nuts wasn't baby, right? If you had some big nuts and you give big players out to Dan Quinn instead of these guys that's straggling and falling out of the club, you can only imagine. You can only imagine how he will be able to turn those players around. Give them some star-studded guys instead of these leftovers and the ones that's falling out of the club straggling. You probably get some more better situation for the Cowboys.
Yeah. They killing me, dog. They killing me. I don't care, bro. Listen, I don't care. If stuff work, I'm with you, Steven, on your values, big dog. Forget these heathens. I don't care, because nobody can make a case.
Boss Cowboy, let me talk you off the ledge, because you my dog. You my dog.
You ain't talking me off nothing, big dog.
Yeah, I am.
This is funny.
Yeah, I am. I'm gonna be the voice of.
No, you ain't,
bro. Let me be the voice of reason. Just
I'm going
allow
against
me
everybody today.
30 seconds. Let me be the voice of reason for you. Okay. What you said works based upon your strategy of just being competitive. We're talking about trying to be a champion. And championship teams have quality free agent acquisitions that are near or close to their prime that can be extremely productive. The Cowboys typically don't do that, which it puts the pressure on your draft picks. So you cannot miss in the draft. You have to be great in the draft. And I said this a couple of videos that I made ago. I said the Cowboys this season, this is what I believe, especially offensively. The Cowboys have to hit again. They got to hit like twice. They got to hit like that first pick, and they got to hit like that middle round pick in order for this thing to work out and for the Cowboys to be ultimately successful. Yes, it'll be entertaining. Yes, they'll be in the mix. But I'm talking about winning, really, really winning out and having a chance to go deep in the playoffs. And for that, Boss Cowboy, you need something more than what you're doing right now.
I'm sick of y'all. I'm gonna go against everybody today. Y'all playing to the crowd, man. Forget the crowd. I don't need the crowd. I ain't gonna play to no crowd today. I'm finna talk the truth today. I'm sick of everybody right here, man. I'm the chat, OC, Law. I don't know what Big Game James said yet, but I'm fighting everybody in this mug, man.
No. You fighting the losing battle because you saying collectively speaking that you okay living the life with.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying it works.
It works with LVE instead of going out there getting body.
No, I'm not saying that.
Collectively, that's what you said.
Okay. If that's what it come across like I'm saying, shame. Hit the button, bro. Hit the button, but I'm not saying that.
Shame.
I'm not saying that though. I'm not co-signing no LVE. No, I'm not.
Wait a minute, you co-signing.
What I'm co-signing is the process, bro. I'm co-signing that I trust Will McClay is gonna come out of this draft and we go be pleased like we always are.
We got to be pleased because Will McClay is doing. He
turns water into wine, big dog. Now,
can you imagine if he was given some keys to a movable? Look, he's doing the job with a beaten down, broken down, old busted car. Can you imagine if you give the man a fresh whip? What he would do?
I can't fight that law. That I can't fight. That I stand with you, old big dog. I'm just being a devil's advocate, looking at honestly, because let's be honest, bro. We was all mad last year, even after the draft, and we all repented in the season when we watched it play out. Is that true or false?
That's true to a degree, but we understand that the coaching staff did elevate this particular team, but we know that it could be better. We know that if the Jones family wasn't sitting on their hands, and if they would have went out and made a trade or made a good acquisition to get Stephon Gilmore, and you matched that up with Trayvon Diggs, wouldn't that have been a better outcome than putting out Anthony Brown, for crying out loud? And although Anthony Brown had a good season, but what we do as Cowboy fans collectively, we will say, yeah, man, the dude is having a good season, keep the man around. But no, man, come on. You get better in that position. You put in somebody that's a proven commodity. You go out there and you get the deals done. That's what we're saying.
Hold on, Big. Big been solid. I ain't heard nothing from Big. I gotta hear from my dog on this. Who tripping? Tell me right now, bro. Am I tripping or are they tripping? What's up?
You ain't tripping. I mean, it goes both ways, because if we're looking at it from the aspect of you're not breaking the bank,
right?
You're in a good financial state. The players that you brought back were good for the team, and you're not in a bad financial state. Yeah, I mean, from that aspect where you're talking, Dallas is not in a bad state. But when you look at the other teams, where I guess the other side is saying, when you look at the other teams, they're being aggressive.
Right.
When we look at the past teams that have won Super Bowls, they've been aggressive. And then I heard a few people out there talking about they were trying to do it the Patriots way, right?
Oh, hell.
But I don't believe that, because if they were modeling the Patriots are quick to cut players. They don't want to pay players. We know that, right?
Right.
But what do? They'll trade a draft pick in a minute.
Right.
They'll move up in the draft in a second. They'll trade 2 or 3 draft picks to get a player in a second. Dallas don't do that, so I don't want to hear the Patriot way. So they ain't the Patriot way, because the Patriots, when they get real desperate or they want to make something happen, they start making it happen. Stephen Jones is like, we ain't doing that. So what does that sound like to you when you got a guy like, nah, we ain't doing that. They want to do that over there, but we going to do it this way. You putting all your eggs in rookie players and young players who you never seen come in the NFL. You put all your eggs in their basket because they cheap. So you don't go with more of a guaranteed player because he costs more money. Wow, that's kind of, is that not kind of crazy to you, boss?
Yeah, that's crazy. And see, let me say something real quick. This is the thing that I don't like about Steven. Okay. OC already shaking his head. I ain't even finished what I was saying, big dog. You got to hear me out. I got to show you. I can show you better than I can tell you. Let me show you. Let me just show you, bro. It's going to be better than I show you. So you brought up the punter law. All right. You brought up the punter. So we signed Brian Anger for 3-year deal worth $9 million. He's a Pro Bowl punter. His stats are amazing. He had a franchise record, right, in net punts, and he's a weapon. We definitely agree, right? Nobody gonna fight that. But Mike Fisher talked about what the other kickers are getting. Just stay with me. I know. Don't kill me. Just listen. So this is an article from Mike Fisher. I want to give him credit for it. So let me scroll up so you can see where to get it. March 14th, Mike Fisher wrote this. Now, going back down, this is the key. Let me put my face on here, man. Gotta try to get everything up in here, man. You know what I mean? I'm kind of ADD. All right. So look. So he says since entering the league, Anger has averaged 46.4 yards per punt. That puts him within an inch, just an inch, y'all. Okay. An inch or so from Minnesota, Jordan Berry, Detroit's Jack Fox, New Orleans, Blake, Kansas City, Tommy Townsend. Now, this is an inch difference. From an inch difference, look what they're paid. Jordan Berry, right at $1 million, right? way less than $1 million. Jack, $780,000. Tommy, $764,000. Now we got the Pro Bowl guy, but this is the point of Steven that's now really confusing the hell out of me. You haggled with Curse over a $5 million contract. You paid a punter $2 million over his peers. Can somebody make that make sense?
Oh, easy.
Yeah.
I can tell you easy. You want to know?
Yeah.
What's that?
You really want to know?
Yes, please.
What's that?
Anger is one of our guys.
Oh,
We like Anger. He's one of our boys. That's why we go ahead and give him $2-3 million per. Hey, it's Aldrich Schultz. He's one of our guys.
Yep.
We like him.
We like him. He's one of our guys.
We like him.
Oh my gosh, man.
That's why. Oh, that's easy, Boss Cowboy. I thought you asked a hard question. That's easy.
No, I really want to know, dog. I really do. See, because the process that I like, when I say it like this, y'all gonna stop attacking me.
Go ahead.
I like Will McClay picking guys.
Right.
See, when I say it like that, everybody agree. When I say it like that, everybody agree. When I put Steven on it, everybody hate it. It's the same thing.
We know he ain't picking up, but go ahead.
But what I'm saying is this. Steve, and I think it's what you said earlier, OC, because I said the same thing last week. Will McClay be repairing this man stuff that he calls. He keeping us afloat. That's what's happening, man. You know what I'm saying? So once he get through the draft, once he get through free agency, because these contracts don't make sense, man. Think about it. You pay $2 million. I'm showing you. I can show you from Mike Fisher. I can show you right now. He listed the other punters, and we all know he haggled Curse over a $5 million contract. It don't make sense. Like contractually, it makes no sense.
Well, I won't even say anything else. I'm gonna just kick it to y'all, man. It's strange things, man.
That's obviously strange.
Let me catch this punt return right quick.
Go.
Hunter Nicewander, and I know that a lot of people, I know they released him, that he went off to somewhere else or what have you. But if you go back and look at his average netted punts, it was only this much off from what Brian Anger done. And I know Brian Anger had the luxury of playing the entire year. But put it like this, when Hunter got into the game during the pandemic, he was averaging 47.8 yards per punt. The previous punt kicker, Chris Jones, averaged for his entire career 44. So we saw the difference even when Hunter got in. Yes, Brian Anger is a little bit better, but I'm looking at it like this, and I'm not sitting here crying over the $9 million. It's not coming out of my pocket, but it's coming out of the philosophy of the Jones family. You could have paid Hunter the pennies on the dollar, what have you, and he would have been happy and satisfied. You could have gave Hunter Nicewander a 4-year contract for $4 million or something, or for $3 million, and he would have took it. You didn't have to go out there and pay Brian Anger all of that money, who been on multiple teams, by the way. So it is what it is. This is the Jones way. This is the Cowboys way. They paid a punter. All you had to do is save some of that money, package the money that you did with Noah Brown, package the money that you did with Luke Gifford, as well as LVE. That's enough money to go out there and get a legitimate player. But what's going to happen is this right here. The Cowboys, we going to the playoff next year. We're going to win north of 10 games. I just feel that that's the way that this team is rocking right now. I think that this team is still talented enough. I still think that Will McClay is going to come in off the top ropes and save the day, especially through the draft. We're going to get hyped up, pumped up, and then after the draft, with the few coins that we still have, we have a lot of coins, by the way, we still going to do some more free agent picks. I'm going to do a video. It's going to hit over 40 to 50,000 views on the video of the said player, and everybody's going to be happy again. This the Cowboys way.
Yeah.
I ain't going to be happy. No, not me. They're gonna be happy. It won't be me.
Oh man,
I ain't
there's some
falling for that
veterans gonna get
foolishness.
released. Is somebody gonna get released, boss? And Big Game James out of the draft.
Hey,
Somebody's
and you
gonna
know
get
what
released.
else? Well, let me see what else. Let me go and tell you if you really got them baby nuts. You got 4 5th-round draft picks. You better wheel and deal this year.
They
You
not.
better wheel and deal.
He go sit
You
there.
better
That's
do
what's
some
gonna
draft
piss you
picks.
off, Big.
You better swap.
Big. Go
You
on,
gonna
get
swap,
ready.
You better swap some picks.
No.
If you don't do nothing with
He
them
ain't gonna
picks
do
and
nothing,
you keep
bro.
them picks and pick players, that's gonna let me know, boy, you is tiny nuts.
Hey,
Ain't even baby no more.
Yeah,
Just tiny.
I call him. I say his butt so tight, man. He can't even fart, bro. He just can't,
bro.
Like
you should already be in the lab, already be thinking like we could be wheeling and dealing, and shut up. Stop talking. Stop talking in the media. Stop telling everybody what the hell your plans are and what you gonna do. Make it easier for teams to be like, oh, okay, we thought about trading for him, but now you've been talking all that dumb stuff in the media. Now we ain't gonna do nothing. We're gonna wait for you to cut him. Dallas can't find a trade partner. They released Leo Collins. He's picked up the next day. Dallas can't find a trade partner for blah, blah. He'll be picked up the next day. That's how they do us. They're so dumb. They just talk so much. And they think they're the smartest people in the building.
I would have squeezed the Cincinnati Bengals over Lyle Collins.
Yep.
Because they got Lyle Collins in a ponytail.
They needed an offensive lineman. That pick.
Lyle Collins got a ponytail in the video.
We're going to jump out there and say, oh, we...
I would have squeezed. I would have said, I know one thing.
Hey, Terrence Steele, I feel sorry for you. You about to get it next.
Ooh, segue, man. I love it, man. I don't know how y'all do it, but y'all always know where I'm going next. I swear to God, y'all. I ain't talked to them about what I was going to talk about either. Look, this is what I said. I said, Curse and Steele will go through what Dak going through now. Big, did I talk to you about this, dog?
We ain't talked nothing at
all, bro. The whole week, we said nothing. And this was laid up next. I'm sitting here like, okay, when they finish, I'm going to talk about this. And my dog went right to it. Curse and Steele will go through what Dak going through. People will want them to repeat success, prove it again, over and over because of pride. Just because their evaluation was wrong the first time grading Dak, Curse, and Steele. And this is what I call it. It's a late round ego complex. You know what I'm saying? Where you just make them dudes. Because I've been listening. I thought it was
universal. They can never be good enough.
They never could be good enough. I thought it was universally understood that Curse was the leader of the D. I thought everybody knew that. No. It's a whole lot of people. He's a 1-year wonder. A what? Whoa. And my boy Jay Tuck said it the best. Jay Tuck said it absolutely the best. He said, why put people on prove-it deals and then knock them after they prove it? What's y'all thoughts?
I feel you. But let me ask you this, though, boss.
Yeah.
Let me ask you this, though, boss. I said this because when we talked about Curse had to fight for his money, I feel like Stephen Jones was playing him.
Yeah, he was.
Like, oh, we only made you only good because of the system of Dan Quinn.
Oh,
we didn't see you turn up anywhere. We don't know if you go somewhere else and we'll blow up. So we don't know if we want to pay you that kind of money. That's why I feel like he had to fight for them dollars.
Which is crazy as hell.
I don't feel like Stephen Jones was looking at him like you a difference-making type safety for us. So I ain't trying to pay you like that. He has said, and I'm not saying Curse is this, but he has said this, we're not overpaying for regular players.
Yeah, he treating them like he'll go.
I mean, that's how he just treating them. You feel me?
Yeah.
That's why I feel like his philosophy, his thought pattern is like you just a regular player. So no, I ain't paying you no money. And you just seen what I said. I can pull that up again where he says, unless there's a Reggie White or a Deion Sanders, we ain't touching nobody.
Wow.
Period.
And the worst thing I hate about that, he didn't even want Deion. Man, that dude be lying. That dude is the biggest. He didn't even want Deion, bro.
He didn't want Dion, and Reggie went straight to Green Bay after he left this other team. But go ahead.
I just feel like our talent has to be exponential. The draft picks have to be exponential. The coaching has to be exponentially great. Because that's the only way you're going to get to a Super Bowl. Everything has to be exponentially great.
Healthy. We got to be exponentially healthy.
We got to be healthy. Can't have no injuries. Everything has to be perfect for us to win, y'all. Does that frustrate you?
Yeah. Because you're right. You're not lying. That's why I like, man. The Big is my dog. This is one thing I like about Big for sure. He gonna tell you exactly what's on his mind, bro. For real. You know what I'm saying? Just, it ain't no in between. You know what I mean? I love it.
Man, it's crazy, man, how this thing
goes.
goes.
One thing I'll say just about Steele, just real quick, is that Steele's going to come out and, by all accounts, based on my predictions, and I'll jump out and say this, I think he's going to have a really, really good year. The benefit that he has is that, this guy was like an undrafted type guy. So, when his contract is up, man, it's going to be either like, hey, pay me or let me go. And they'll probably come from the perspective that we gave you a chance, you owe us, help us out, we developed you, we gave you a chance, all that type of stuff. But at the end of the day, your play on your field justifies your salary. And so, Kurtz, got his money at least for the next couple of years, but still it's going to be more interesting. In my opinion, and I said this even in the season, if Steele comes out here and you see him play well, the first, I would say 8-9 games, I will go ahead try to extend him because that's when he's going to be at his cheapest.
Facts,
he's going to be at his cheapest if before the end of the season, if he plays well for majority of the season, or even if you want to just let him get through the whole season, that's fine. But I'm telling you, don't let it drag out because that's when the numbers go up. So, Steven, I'm trying to help you out. Listen to the OC. Hey, if the man's playing well, go ahead and extend him, man. He's young. He got fresh legs. He hasn't been injured. If he's not injured, he's playing pretty good. We get close to the end of the year or right at the end of the year, go ahead and try to extend him now. That's the Patriot way. That's what the Patriots did to their young rookies, right? Rob Gronkowski, they got Rob Gronkowski on the cheap. They saw he was a 2-time Pro Bowler. He was trending well. What did they do? Halfway through his rookie contract, they extended the boy, and they saved tons of cash doing it. So that's my take on that situation.
Claim.
The OC.
There's no emotions, no friends, no loyalty.
Straight business.
Straight business.
Put hashtag straight business in the chat.
Put hashtag straight business. God.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Law.
No, man. All valid points, man. With the structure of what the OC was saying is the way we need to go. All valid points.
Hey, what's y'all thoughts on Schultz getting the signing in his tender? Why you laugh, Law? Why you laugh, bro? What's on your mind, Law?
It's the same thing from all of the other things that you pointed out, the 1-year rental situation. Yeah. And I always call franchise tags. Good teams don't really play with those franchise tags. And there's a lot of opportunities in this draft. There was a lot of opportunities in the free agent for you not to spend all of that money on one player who's a pivot turn, 5 yards, pivot turn. I'm open in the middle of the field because the concentration is on CeeDee Lamb. Oh, the concentration is already on Amari Cooper. When targeted at the time, he was averaging the quarterback passer rating when targeted was 122.7 for Amari Cooper. And we already know with CeeDee Lamb, hey, he was the young phenom. So, yes, the outlet was, if I'm a defense, and we both defensive-minded people, I'm going to say, hey, let Schultz kill us. I'm going to let Schultz kill us. You can nickel and dime yourself all the way down the field, but I'm making sure I'm going to roll coverage Amari Cooper way. I'm going to put my second best DB on CeeDee Lamb. And if Schultz kill us with nickel and diming us down the field, then damn it, hey, y'all can win it that way. But I'm for dog sure not going to let the dude Gallup nor let CeeDee Lamb or Amari Cooper kill us. And that is what the offense was pretty much given to us for the 2021 last season, pretty much. They teams allow Schultz to kill him, and the Cowboys say, yes, let's go ahead and pay this man. And they trying to work out a deal. The best thing for the Cowboys now is to figure out that long-term contract because they want to pay him, right? I don't want to see a situation in a scenario
where
that they
tag.
franchise him now and then franchise him next season. No, go ahead.
Jesus.
Go ahead and extend the man so we can get some cap relief and we can probably dance around on the final wave of the free agent.
You looking froggy, OC. Hold on. But before I go, first I gotta do something for what Law just said.
Perfect.
God dog, man. Whew, that was fire, big. What's your thoughts? Oh, Big look froze. He must have came out.
Isaiah Likely, baby. He gonna go get him.
I would take Isaiah Likely in a heartbeat. We might have just lost Big. Big look like he froze. Hold on real quick. Let me check my DM real quick. Y'all be patient, man.
Isaiah Likely.
I'll tell you what.
Who you got over there?
I definitely take Isaiah Likely. No doubt. Over Schultz right now. Over Schultz. So, see, a lot of people... OC, what's your thoughts on it first?
Well, I mean, Schultz should take the free money, man. They gave him the franchise tender, man. Take the free money. It ain't his fault, first of all. It ain't his fault. You know, they give him the money. Take the money, man. And look, Schultz, at the end of the day, Schultz did his job. We know that it's tremendous value with free agency. We even saw, I believe OJ, my guy, got signed for like a $6 million deal, something like that.
It was 3.5 a year.
Yeah. So it averaged out to a couple-year deal for around $7 million, something like that. So hey, we could have got more value, but look, man, it is what it is right now. Hey, man, at least it wasn't a $20 million tag. That's kind of where I'm at. I'm just kind of like on this, man. It's inevitable. That I'm still on that inevitable piece with Thanos, man. They were gonna do something like that anyway. So it's not a super expensive franchise tag, and I mean it is what it is, man. He go take his money, and hopefully we get some depth in the draft, so we can be better next year. That's all I can say.
Yeah, and I noticed nobody gave 2 first-round draft picks for him. We're gonna put 2 first-round. Like people looking at that thing, and they was like, "Hey." and here's the thing: I like Schultz. I don't like him. He's a good guy, cool guy. I met him about 3 or 4 times. He's a real good guy, Cowboy Nation. But come on, we got a will and deal, and I'm quite sure he will be the safety valve for this offense for the 2022 season.
And see, let me jump in here real quick with you guys. Y'all can cut me off whenever y'all want to as well.
No, we good.
But check this, bro. The numbers. All right, so if we go to the numbers. Let me make this bigger, bro.
I like this spread. The spread look good, man.
It look good? Let me make it a little bit bigger. Just a little bit. Just make it a little bit more legible. All right.
Okay.
So, guys that we featured on this show, okay, one of the guys that most of us on the final word called our top tight end was Hayden Hurst. Okay?
Hayden Hurst.
And when you look at Hayden Hurst, bro, on my first breakdown of him, when have you ever seen Schultz do this? People don't know that Hayden Hurst actually had the fastest time for the entire Atlanta team. Because they put microchips in their pads and they measure their game speed. The fastest guy on the entire team was Hayden Hurst. And he went for $3.5 million a year. Now, a lot of people, they were saying O.J. Howard. I was like, he cool. He can definitely do the job. He could do what Schultz was doing. But the guy that was, everybody knew that was getting rid of a steal was Hayden, bro. it was obvious he was getting ready to be a steal. Why? Pitts was in town, right? It's the same thing that happened to Curse. When your room is full of all-stars, people go look at you like you don't have value even when you do. So when it was J-Ron and he was in Minnesota, people like he was a bum. He was a special teams player. No, Smith was in front of him. Go ahead and give him his yellow jacket now. You see what I'm saying? So the only way you can get the best out of J-Ron Curse is to get him out of Minnesota. Get him out. So now we finally starting to see it. It was the exact same thing with Hayden Hurst. The exact same thing. And when you watch his film and you watch how they used him, they used him on speed outs. They used him just like Schultz where he found that hole in the pocket. But you see Yak, which you don't see with Schultz. Because see, Law said it, but people go think he lying. Look at him find that hole in that zone. But still, tougher yards, more Yak, more speed. His thing is ball security. But if you look at Schultz, to Law's point, because Law said it, but some people don't believe it until they see it. He ain't doing nothing but what Law said. He turning around, finding those soft spots in the zone, and he's sitting down.
Yeah.
He does that over and over and over again. We paid $10.9 million for an outlet. And now they saying he might play on the tag. If he play on the tag, that's $10.9 million gone out the cap. See, people misunderstood when I say Stephen Jones' way is working. When I'm talking about depending on the draft to get your players, because what you're really depending on is Will McClay. But you can't tell me that 10.9 couldn't have been used better, bro. That's my thoughts on it.
Yeah, I mean, people are only going to look at it on one side of it, and I get it. You know, Schultz numbers. Yeah, I seen some people in the comments section said that he scored touchdowns. Like who you gonna guard? You gonna double up CD Lamb? You gonna double up Amari Cooper? You ain't gonna.
Let me step in real quick.
Look in the film.
Let me step in real quick because it's a lot of bias on Schultz, bro. They get on my nerves. Right. All you got to do is go look at those touchdowns. Go look at this touchdown and say what really happened. Let's look at it.
And don't fight it, boss, because you showed this about 2 shows, bro. So they have to go back and watch it. You illustrated it perfectly. You just showed this thing a lot. So here's the thing, and I'm gonna jump in just real quick and then kick it back to Law.
Yeah,
the thing about
it was actually supposed to be to me, but that's cool.
Oh, to you. I'm sorry, brother. All right. Good. So here's the deal, man. If Schultz plays underneath this tag, the only person that benefits is Schultz. Because his agent knows that, ooh, we got an injured Michael Gallup. Ooh, we got CD Lamb. Ooh, they going to have to get another top talented receiver. If not, you go catch another 100 balls. And guess what? They not going to tag you again, Schultz. They ain't going to tag you again. Now we finna go out and really get some big paper. That's what's going to happen. That's what's going to happen, man. If the Cowboys don't sure up another top receiver, he's going to be the check down king again and catch another 100 balls.
Yep.
So it's great. It's great for him.
Check down king. And some fans just don't get it. They love him. He's a favorite, and that's all it is. Just say it. Quit bullshitting. Cause see, forgive me for cursing. Just say it. You favor Schultz because we showed you the film on this show. We showed you that he's an outlet consistently. Consistently, he's an outlet. And then people start talking about numbers. We showed you on this show when they was talking about Randy Gregory, sacks was similar to Armstrong. I said, no, they not. Turn on the film. They're not the same type of sacks.
Not the same, man.
It's not the same because stats and film is different.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And this is the best way I'm going to put it. If you don't get it after I say it like this, then just go and say you just a bopper for Schultz. But B.J. Armstrong got a huge contract after Chicago.
Right.
Yeah. Paxton got a huge contract after Chicago. Kerr, huge contract after Chicago. If you turn it on 2K on any one of those games, all those 3-point shooters are gonna be high percentage shooters. But why? Why was they getting open looks? Oh, when you got MJ and Pippen on your team, who go get the doubles? It's the same thing with Schultz, bro. When you got a super number one, a potential number one in CD Lamb, and a high level number two, defenses go care about and scheme about them than Schultz. Like Law said, and Law said it perfect. I would let you have Schultz if I'm a defense.
Right. Shoot, yeah. And this is a perfect way to play this defense, man.
Yes, perfect.
You drop 6 DBs, right? You're playing quarters, and you say, okay, I'm going to make sure that I'm going to take your biggest weapon away from you. And this is Amari Cooper and CeeDee Lamb. If you're going to eat off of Schultz, then have at it. If you're going to eat running the ball, have at it, because I'm trusting that you will get out of your offensive mind and get in your own way. The Cowboys will refuse to run the rock. So that's why I said earlier that if it's for me to give toys to this team, I'm going to give all the toys to Dan Quinn. At least he know how to elevate and play with his toys. He know how to utilize his toys. My guy, Kellen Moore, don't. And we're expecting Kellen Moore to do some things, but he's just not going to do it. He's not going to run the ball consistent. And he's not going to go ahead and use his toys, his targeted toys. But he will use Schultz as an outlet, like you said. And trust me, like you said earlier, it's not Schultz's fault. Go get your bag, go get your paper. Yeah. Do your thing, bro. Much love to you and your family. But come on, we know what's going on. We can see it with our eyes.
Yeah, the film don't lie unless you just want to lie yourself. But the film clearly shows he's not used like Hayden Hurst at all. There's not going to be anything Verto you go see. Final words.
Yeah, so I'll go first, man. My final word is this, man. Cowboys got to win in the draft, baby, for us to have a chance to be competitive beyond just making the playoffs, which I believe we'll do. We got to hit big in the draft. And hopefully, man, and this is just me being positive, okay? I'm holding on to hope that we will make a significant move if somebody gets cut that could add value that's a veteran. But beyond that, man, we got to win in the draft, again, big. So, Will McClay, come on, baby. Let's get it. That's my final word.
Tyler Perry, baby.
And I agree. I'm actually not even worried at this point. Even though it was some actual major ball drops in free agency. The contract's not making no sense. It don't make sense to overpay your punter by $2 million outside the market, because this is what a lot of people don't understand. The market is based on your peers. Okay? So when you go look at the peers of the safety, Kurtz didn't get paid according to the tier in which he played. He got paid under. The punter, even though he played better than his counterparts, he didn't play $2 million. So I'm seeing a lot of you frugal with this guy, you generous with this guy. It's a lot of that. You know what I'm saying? It's guys, and it keep happening. So to OC's point, it's on Will McClay again. And it's on him to just get us these draft picks in here that's going to actually replace all the talent we lost, because we lost a lot of talent. Like, we lost Cooper, Cedric Wilson, Connor Williams, Randy Gregory, Lyle Collins. He got to replace all that. Those are starters. Most of them on offense. That clearly says to me that this what we did last year, y'all hear me out. What we did last year on defense, we go do on offense this year. We went all in on defense last year. Watch what we do this year. we'll go all in on offense this year. Watch. Because they holding on to defense. They helping Quinn. They offloading offense. That mean they retooling offense. That mean they leaning on Will McClay to work the magic that he worked last year on the defense. I'm telling you, that's exactly what I see. Now, the good thing is this. The areas of our need are also areas to where the draft is deep. Okay? So we can be hopeful in that. You know what I mean? Receiver is deep. They're fast. They're good. I won't be surprised if everybody top 5 is totally different. Because it should be. Because they're that good. You know what I mean? Yeah. We need a defensive end potentially if we want to replace Randy with a younger guy. It's deep. Is it deep? Am I lying? Is it deep? It's deep. Right? It's deep. Guard. Is it deep? It's deep. Tackle. Is it deep? It's deep. Yeah. So when I look at what he got to work with, why am I panicking? But I'm not panicking, bro. I'm sorry. I'm just not, bro. I'm just not me. Even though free agency is real funky and the smell of front office smell like feet, I get it. But as long as we got the right scouting team, and as long as that three-headed monster is working correct, when I say three-headed monster, I'm talking about Will, Steven, and Jerry together. When they get in that draft room, as long as they not tripping and ego tripping and trying to show up each other, if they stand in their own lanes, bro, this Dallas Cowboy team is getting ready to be retooled. And I'm saying that right now. And I'm saying even with the first half fumbles of this offseason, bro, we can still win this offseason. And I'm not capping. I'm not trying to give y'all false hope. I'm giving you straight up measured Kool-Aid. It's a big thing for Boss Cowboy to actually say publicly that he drunk Kool-Aid. Listen, I do not drink Kool-Aid without first measuring. So as my final word, and I mean this from the bottom of my heart, we straight.
We straight, yeah. And as a family, man, that's a great final word, by the way. And as a family, we have our disagreements, you know, and we're not beating up the Cowboys. We're the first one to just show hard love, thug love, basically, you know, and that's just how it goes from here. And I get what people are saying about the offseason move, us being slow to the punch, but this draft is always our meat and potatoes, right? And after the draft, that's when we get down and dirty in the free agency. But by us talking about some of the deals that the Cowboys should have reached out and made, these are the facts, baby. And we're not that far apart from the LA Rams, who just won the Super Bowl. We're not. Yes, they have Aaron Donald. We got Parsons. Yes, they got Jalen Ramsey. We got Diggs. So it's just a matter of coaching to elevate what we got now. But we do see things that we can go out there and get better at. Especially when you talk about holes on this offense, we got 3 holes. We got offensive line problems that we're going to have to go deep into. We have wide receiver situation that I got to tell you guys and be straight up with you guys. I can't sit back and say, yeah, Gallup is going to be 100% week 1. Although Dr. Cooper and everybody is selling that to us, we got to understand that this guy's not going to go in training camp, OTAs. He's going to miss all of that. So week 1, we got to be prepared to say, okay, maybe this team will go out in the draft and draft a wide receiver. But what we're banging on the table now is go out there and get a proven commodity. Just James Washington is good for whatever, but he's an unproven deal. We don't know. So that's why we talking. That's why we giving you guys this insight from our opinions, you know, and especially with the tight ends fiasco, this team ran a better situation when we when we played out of 12 personnel. Technically speaking, Schultz supposed to be in the under tight end, right? And Jarwin's supposed to be in the tight end vertically to take it off the field, right? But what we've seen is a regression in the line of duties because Jarwin got hurt, and now Schultz is supposed to be that vertical threat guy, but he's really not doing a good job at that. He's not, but he's a solid tight end. So the Cowboys got to go back to the drawing pool and go out there and find us a tight end that can vertically stretch this thing and get back to 12 personnel, run the freaking ball, play clock control, and get this defense back together. That's how this team thrives. But that's my final word. I can talk to you guys for days on the defense and what all we need to improve in on that side of it, but we'll say that for a different day. That's been my time.
All right. So yeah, I tell you what, man. I've been seeing the chat. I see some people say, "Boss, when your book coming out?" The book should be out in 2 days. If it's not out in 2 days, it's gonna be out Sunday. All right. So when y'all see it, and if you go through the video clips, you go develop confidence like me, dog. Because I could tell everybody confidence low, especially after free agency. The only reason I'm sitting here got this confidence because I actually wrote a book on these dudes, man. You know what I'm saying? So we good. And I wouldn't just say that, we are good. Everywhere we got holes, the draft is deep. You go see.
Yep. You're right. We got holes. We got holes.
We got holes. So, yeah, man, we got some holes.
Different area.
Yeah. Yes, we do. We got holes.
Offensive line and wide
holes.
receivers for your mind.
Yeah, we got receiver holes. We got all kind of holes. But yeah, man, because I'm putting the final touches on the book now. That if you you looking at these candidates for your 4th time, bro. You know what's out here. I'm talking about it's about 8 to 10 receivers that can come in here and that's gonna be nice. Not okay, nice. You not gonna miss Cedric Wilson.
Yeah. Hey, old boys. Hey, a lot of people ask where they can get that book, man.
Yeah, I mean, we gonna be posting it. By the time we get to the next final word, it's gonna be there. We gonna have the links to where you can purchase the book. And then we gonna be doing shows on it and stuff like that where we gonna be actually making fine tuning it, man. So yeah, man, that's the final word, man. Y'all stay up.